us to come into your house and just have fellowship with you. Father, I just pray that you will bless every single musician here so that everything that is played, God, will just glorify you. In Jesus' name, amen.
Amen.
Would you believe this lady, Presley Smith, has never appeared as a performer before? And she opened our prayer tonight, and she's going to be on the first bill here tonight. I'm Joe Dan Boyd, and starting over here is Larry Gamble with the harmonica, Doc Davis on the washtub bass, Presley Smith with a Lanakai ukulele that she bought in New Zealand about a year ago and has since become proficient on it. And we're going to try to entertain you for the first 3 songs. And I think we'll start off, guys, but let's see. Let's make sure we're positioned well here. Do we have a microphone that Larry can use? Can you, when you need to do okay, Eddie's fixing him up.
Larry's not real sure he needs one. It should be pointed out that just 5 minutes ago I found out what songs they're going to play. And barely an hour ago I met these people. So
I didn't know she played a bilingual ukulele.
So we'll see how it goes.
Down to help bring some.
I'm going to do a couple songs. Presley's going to do a song. And I think we're going to sing the best for last and let Presley do the final, the number 3 song. I'm going to start off with an old country song that I used to hear on the Grand Ole Opry when I was a little boy. You know, just looking at me, that was a long time ago, but there used to be a performer on there named Bashful Brother Oswald. His real name was Beecher Kirby, and later when I lived in the Northeast, I used to go to a place called Sunset Park at West Grove, Pennsylvania, every Sunday afternoon and listen to live country music, from real country music and real from the Opry and that sort of thing. And this Beecher Kirby, or Bashful Brother Oswald, was on the stage there, and I got to meet him and visit with him. But this was one of the songs that he would sing on the Grand Ole Opry. It's called Southern Moon. Southland and the best times I have had. When I see that southern moon, I want to cruise along the tune. I want to see my sweetheart there in the lane and hear those fellas lonely refrain. Oh, southern moon, shine down again. Okay, Larry. Moving down river, stop and wait for me. I will help you load your cargo. I will ride me free. Oh, when I see that southern moon, I want to cruise along the tune. And our second song will be our sacred song for the night. This is a song about a guy who goes to church. He wasn't real anxious to do it. He wasn't sure what was going to happen. And it's called Something Got a Hold to Me. I'll kick it off. At first, when I heard of the people who claim the old-time religion is real, I said I'll go down, take a look at the crowd, just the weak-minded I feel. But something got a hold of me, something got a hold of me. I went there to fight, but on that night, something got a hold of me. I walked right up and I peeked in the door. The devil said, don't you go in. I said, I'll go in, for that'll not hurt, but I'll sit as far back as I can. Something got a hold of me, something got a hold of me. I went there to fight, but on that night, something got a hold of me. About that time he got up to preach. He looked right down on me, told everybody how mean I had been. I don't think he thought much of me, but something got a hold of me, something got a hold of me. I went there to fight, but on that night, there's something got a hold of me. Okay, Larry. They sang, they shouted, they all clapped their hands. They all got down on their knees. When the fire fell from heaven, it fell on me. And I fell to the floor. Yeah, something got a hold of me. Something got a hold of me. Went there to fight, but on that night, something got a hold of me. Now I've learned that there's no need to doubt. The old-time religion is real. I've had an experience I'll never forget, 'cause God certainly got a hold of me.
My photograph got a hold of me.
Thank you, Doctor. Okay, what you've all been waiting for, Presley Smith is going to do a song you're all familiar with, so she probably won't mind if you sing along. I just can't stop loving you.
Yeah, I can't help falling in love with you. Wise men say only fools rush in, but I can't help falling in love with you. Shall I stay? Would it be a sin? 'Cause I are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you. So the river flows surely to the sea, darling, so it goes. Some things are meant to be. Take my hand, take my whole life too, 'cause I can't help falling in love with you, and I can't help falling in love with you.
Preston Smith in her first public appearance.
Where'd you find this pretty thing, Dugan?
Carl Griffin is the grandfather or great-grandfather of Preston Smith.
Hi,
And,
Grandpa.
this is the mother right there with the green, blue shirt on. She's one of 3 young ladies, sisters, who've been part of this church for really all their lives. And finally, Presley has decided to become a public star.
Let's open it on the
Okay, thank you so much. Our next performers, one of them's already on the stage. Kris Martinson will join Doc. And thank you so much for
We got Chantel Davis coming up. Chantel Davis.
Oh,
She's going to be our bass player.
Chantel Davis is a new addition to this group. Okay.
Yeah, I told her it was real difficult having a bass player. Me trying to play a bass, play a guitar, and try to sing and back Kris up and all that. So I got on the phone, I called Arizona, and Chantel and her mom moved down here about 2 weeks ago. So I said, well, she's in a band with the Windbreaker. And so no problem getting her on stage. So this is her first performance with the horse gun.
I get to start it off. Doc swapped me out. No kidding. First song I'm going to do is He Stopped Loving Her Today. George Strait, or George Jones. I can't read my note.
Way to go, Kris.
He said, I love you till I die.
Yeah.
She told him you'll forget in time. As the year went slowly by, she still preyed upon his mind. He kept her picture on his wall. When that crazy young man, he still loved her through it all, hoping she'd come back again. Kept some letters by his bed, dated 1962. He had underlined in red every single I love you. I went to see him just today. Oh, I didn't see no tears, all dressed up to go away. First time I seen him smiling here. He stopped loving her today. It placed a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today. You know, she came to see him one last time. All wondered if she would, and it kept running through my mind. This time, he's over her for good. He stopped loving her today. They played a wreath upon his door, and soon they'll carry him away. He stopped loving her today.
Kris has never smoked. I've been trying to say, hey, how can you play the harmonica and the guitar? Because I don't have enough air. I quit smoking 7 years ago. I thought, harmonica couldn't be that hard to play. It takes a lot of air. Hot air. Did somebody say hot air?
Dang, they're talking about me out there. Oh, tough crowd.
Well, I got time to tell you about this here. I took a trip last week. That's the reason y'all didn't see me around town. I went up to Colorado. Went on one of them ski lifts. You know, going up there. I don't really care too much for heights. But anyway, there was a guy sitting next to me, and I said, "Is this your first time?" He said, "On the ski lift." He said, "I just got out of prison." I said, "Well, what'd you go out of prison for?" He said, "I threw a guy off a Ferris wheel." And I looked at him and I said, "I remember you." All right. Let's try a little bit of Pretty Paper. This will be my Christmas song for the night. 3/4 time, can't see. Pretty paper, pretty ribbon of blue, wrap your presents to your darling from you. Pretty pencil to write I love you. Pretty paper, pretty ribbon of blue. Crowded street, busy feet, hustle by. Downtown shoppers, Christmas at night. There he sits, all alone, on the sidewalk, hoping that you don't pass him by. Should you stop? Better not, much too busy. You're in a hurry, why, out and fly. In the distance, the ringing of laughter, and in the midst of the laughter he cried. Pretty paper, pretty ribbons of blue, wrap your presents, me darling, from you. Pretty pencil to write I love you.
Dirty paper, dirty ribbons blue. Dirty paper, dirty ribbons of blue.
Yes.
She's getting a cramp.
She's got to do her solo.
Oh, hey.
Beautiful smile, beautiful smile. What are they doing, Chris?
Well, the next one's a famous Christmas song, Go Tell It on the Mountain. The crowd can participate, how do you say that word, participate? Yeah.
We'll help you.
It'll be a D.
Yeah, I know. I'm changing it to a D, that's Ken's favorite chord.
Yeah, we like it.
Go, go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. While shepherds kept their watching, for silent flocks by night, behold, throughout the heavens there shone the holy light. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. The shepherds feared and trembled when low above the earth rang out the angel choruses that hailed our Savior's birth. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born. Down in a lowly manger, the humble Christ was born, and brought us God's salvation, that blessed Christmas morn. Go tell it on the mountain, over the hills and everywhere. Go tell it on the mountain that Jesus Christ is born.
I just warmed up, Chris.
Again, we thank y'all and we really appreciate y'all coming all the way from Arizona. Give her a hand. We'll be here with the Windbreaker Elementary School band. She's under percussion. And she's going to be playing more and more with us. I told her, tell all her friends in Arizona that she's a member of the Squint-Eyed Cow Band in Texas. I'm going to give her a boyfriend from Arizona. Middle school. Hey, I'm a guy, okay? I turn around and try to keep women young because I know how to, if you say, hey, how old are you?
13.
Not just because you're from elementary.
It's been a long time since I've been in school.
About time to start, huh?
I know.
Dr. Davis,
Thank you.
Kris Martin,
Santa.
and Miss Davis. Our next performers, some of them have been on this stage before, sometimes with dulcimer, sometimes with ukuleles. So looking at the group, I can see Glynda has been on this stage before. Brenda has been on this stage before. Where's Joe? Joe, you've been on this stage before, haven't you? No, you have not. Who's the other one that's appeared? You've been on before? You were telling me, I thought that this was your first time to be out here. Okay, so you were just talking about dulcimers, yeah. Okay, Sherry Dugan has been on this stage before. And I'm assuming the others, your first time on the Tinney Chapel stage. If you'll notice on your program, they're called the Dulcimer Dames. D-A-M-E-S. You know, in England, that's a high title of honor and pretty close to royalty, I guess. So it's to become a dame is all, I guess, pretty much the same as becoming a knight for a man, isn't it? So the Dulcimer Dames, you see their names on the program here. Stevie McCormick, Diana Connor, Brenda Morey, Joe Porterfield, Sherry Dugan, and Glynda Willis. And you're going to hear more dulcimers at one time, probably louder than you've ever heard them because they have amplifiers. The Dulcimer Dames.
Played an instrument before, and during a workshop they said we're on measure 13, and the question was, what's a measure? So the group goes from very new to well-established. We are playing the American dulcimer, which is the only homemade instrument from America, probably from the zither, from the Appalachian Mountains. The Scottish brought over the zither. So we will be playing 3 songs for you. They're Christmas carols, and we'll ask for you to sing along, to join us. We need that kind of background here. So the first one we're going to be playing is Away in a Manger. It's a 19th century Christmas carol. It's usually the first one we learn as children. It was originally as a poem. Now we're playing Away in a Manger. You may sing a little louder. The next we're going to play is another American Christmas carol. It is Jingle Bells. It was written by a choir director in Savannah, Georgia. It was written for a Thanksgiving program. Well, it went over so well at Thanksgiving, they were asked to do it again as Christmas. And it's also the first song that was sung from space, the Gemini 6. Tom Stafford and Wally Schirra put this out on space. So we're going to do Jingle Bells.
Okay, and those of you who have bells, let me hear you jingle on, okay?
Jingle your bells and sing along.
Jingle bells, jingle
got us to join her group. I know for 2 or 3 years she'd come to me and she'd say, when are you going to play the Dulcimer? I had this one for a number of years that had been my partners. And I said, I don't know an A from a G. And she said, you don't have to. If you can count to 7. Can you count to 7? Well, I'm a teacher. Yes, I can count to 7. If you can count to 7, I can teach you how to play. Well, you'll show us. Well, there's 7. There's actually about, what, 14? And so you have to double that and use both hands. So it's been a trip for a lot of us. I think most of them are here have been in the band at one time or the other. So it's been a learning. You play a violin, she's multitasking. This group is one that just does it for fun. So we're going to end tonight with Silent Night, which is started out as a poem written in 1816 by an Austrian priest. The organ had broken in their church, and he was asked to write something so they could perform it, and he wrote it, and it was supposed to be, at that time, played by a guitar. We bring to you Silent Night on Dulcimer.
Do y'all have an encore?
An encore?
Do you?
No. You got your melody? You got one that's not a Christmas song.
Okay.
We'll do our melodies. Boy, we had it. Liza Jane and old Joe Carter. We're going to try not to make it time. Okay.
What we're going to do is something that we do or try every time we practice. Sometimes it's once a week, sometimes it's twice a week. And these are old songs, and we get faster as we go, or at least they do, and some of us try to keep up.
And this is usually the first song that you're taught to play when you pick up a Dulcimer, just to let you know. I know, right? Okay.
The Dulcimer Dames. This will not be their last time on the stage if they are willing to return. Once again, I'll mention we filmed these concerts and put them on YouTube. You can find any of them by going to YouTube channel, my name, Joe Dan Boyd, or just go to Google and put Tinney Chapel Music Night. Put a date down for a certain one that you want, or put a performer's name, like Dulcimer Dames, if you want to catch this deal. That'll be in the search engine category. So that's what we're doing. We film and make still pictures of all these concerts, and we make good use of it. And you can relive these events in real time, real life, if you so choose. Our next performers have been on this stage several times before. I first met them or heard them or encountered their music at the Second Friday Acoustic Bluegrass Jam at the Quitman Public Library quite some time back, and was really impressed with, at that time it was just two of them. It was Larry Gamble and Roger Tune as a duo. Can you imagine that? A musician whose last name is Tune, T-U-N-E, Roger Tune. I mean, nobody was ever more appropriately named than Roger Tune, because he is a true, absolutely fabulous musician. And he sings some of the modern and yet authentic style country and this sort of thing. Later on, Mike Holt joined them, and they've all appeared here in various metamorphoses of that organization. Now they're calling themselves 49%. And if you'll notice, the shirts and the jackets they're wearing have 49% on the sleeves. Now, as further introduction to what that means, their wives are wearing a similar uniform, except theirs all say 51%. So 49% is now the official name of the band. Larry Gamble, Roger Tune, Mike Holt, and you've heard them before. You've seen them on the videos. They're all three very versatile, accomplished musicians, and they're on stage next. Hey. Roger's getting a little help because he's recuperating from serious surgery, but he's still quite musical and quite able to entertain us as soon as they get him up here. 49%. Hold that for me a minute. You betcha.
That's what I need on my nose. That's nice of you. I think I got pretty good windbreakers already. What my daddy used to say.
So a year or so ago, like Phil Dan said, Roger and I were trying to come up with a name, and he had a list, and I don't like any of them. I came up with a list of names, and he didn't like any of them, so we had a New Year's gathering, a bunch of our musician friends last year, and I said, Roger, we got all our friends here, let's come up with a name. The wife said, it really doesn't matter what y'all come up with, we have to like it because y'all are just 49%. So, you probably need a guitar, don't you?
Probably.
About that, will work? Our music styles are quite diverse, different backgrounds. We're kind of fond of playing music that no one expects to hear, although it is the Christmas season and we're going to follow suit as soon as we check our tuning here of the Dulcimer games. And we're going to do it, I can't talk and do it at the same time, bear with me here. We're going to open with a Christmas carol. Roger plays an upside down guitar. I play one that's got a couple extra strings. I'm not real sure what they're all for. But I kind of figure it out as I go. Kick it off, Mike. Sing with us kindly. Like I said, we like a little diversity in our music. We're going to change the pace quite a bit here.
We had a special request by Joe Dan Boyd to do this song. Are you hot? It was all I could do, keep from crying. Sometimes it seems so useless to remain. You don't have to call me darling, darling. You never even call me by my name. You don't have to call me perfect country western song. Well, I wrote it back later, and I told her, it's not the perfect country western song. Because you haven't said anything about mama, our trains, our trucks, our prison. Get drunk! Get drunk? Well, you sat down, and you wrote a million words for that song, and you sent it to me, and I had to read it. I said, well, that is the perfect country western song, and it goes a little bit like this. Well, I was drunk the day my mama got out of prison, and I went to pick her up.
Yeah, we call him Rock and Roger.
Well, I got up today and shaved.
You missed a spot.
Showered. Well, you know when I got out and looked in the mirror? Scared me to death. Look! I wonder what I was shaving. Was a dog in there? What do we got?
So for this next song, the guys were supposed to wear their satin tuxedos, but they didn't. Right here, boss.
I know, I'm just looking at what we had.
You look at the funny pictures.
I love you all the time.
Time to do one more. One way there, you know. But his way, it's the right way. We had some fun, you know. Oh boy, we're gonna throw me out there.
First song will be Away in a Manger. This next song is part of Handel's Messiah. It's the part just before the Hallelujah chorus, which is He shall feed his flock. That's part of Handel's Messiah. this song I'm going to sing because it's a Christmas song, and I don't sing very often, but this is, I love the words to this song. It's Hallelujah Christmas. Let's see if I got this better right.
I trust, let's see, are we on now, Eddie? I trust a lot of you feel kind of like I do right now. I've been transported to some other world, a Christmas world. You know, that was wonderful, Charles Niswonger. Thank you very much. And I'm making a little change here. Instead of me introducing our final concluding act, I'm asking the pastor to do that, and because he's also going to exchange a little part in the program. Our pastor, Michael Moore.
I thought we just had church. That was beautiful. And I've never heard a musical song before. I've heard an instrument like that. I think it's called a theremin. Is that what the Beach Boys sometimes use? And they used to old sci-fi movies. Does anyone know what I'm talking about? I'm used to it. Don't worry about it. I just want to thank you all for being here tonight. It's been a beautiful evening of music. Thank you all. Thank you, Joe Dan, for organizing this each and every month. Thank you, musicians, for performing and entertaining us and lifting our spirits. A couple of invitations I want to throw out there before I go and introduce George. If you love music, which obviously you do, we're having a Christmas Eve service of lessons and carols. It's simply going to be the texts that lead up directly to the birth of Jesus Christ and the traditional hymns, you know, Way in a Manger, Little Town of Bethlehem, Silent Night, all those beautiful songs, carols that we love. From 5 to 6 on Christmas Eve. I ask y'all to join us. It's going to be a great service. And then Christmas Day, if you have no place to go or you want to make a special place to go, come here for lunch, 2 to 4. We're serving a big community lunch from 2 to 4 on Christmas Day, and you are invited right here. You know how to get here, obviously. All right, our last act is George Jordan, and he's going to lead us in music, obviously, or he's going to sing some songs for us. There's one little change of pace we're going to have, is he typically leads us at the beginning with The Circle Shall Remain Unbroken. But tonight, Larry Gamblin is going to lead us in Amazing Grace. So, thank you all.
One thing about being last, you better have some alternate songs. That's okay.
Yes.
Test. Yeah, like I say, I was going to do something else, but I've changed. What happened? It's been a great night, and I enjoyed everything. There's a reason for the sun in the sky. There's a reason. Oh, I feel so high. It must be the season. That moonlight shines all around us. So let that feeling drag you deep inside and change your reason. Oh, your love can hide and steal through the moonlit night with your lover. with the smallest of dreams and let your love show. And you know what I mean, woman, please. And let your love fly like a bird on wing. Let your love blind you to all living things and let your love shine. And you know what I mean, what's the reason? Oh, let your love flow like a mountain stream. Let your love grow with the smallest of green. Let your love show. And you know what I mean, what's the season? And let your love fly like a mountain stream. Let your love bind you to all living things. Let your love shine. And you know what I mean, oh, that's the reason. That's the reason. Glynda Morey here. Beneath the snowy meadow, cold and clean, the unborn grass lies waiting for its coat to turn green. The snowbird sings the song he always sings, and he speaks to me of flowers that'll bloom again in spring. Well, when I was young, my heart was young too, and anything in it would tell me that I was true. But now I feel such emptiness within, full of things I want the most in life is a thing that I can't win. So spread your tiny wings and fly away, and take the snow back with you where it came from on that day. For one night goes forever is the truth, and if I could, you know, I would fly away with you. And the breeze along the river seems to say that you'll only break your heart again should you decide to stay. So little snowbird, take me with you when you go to that land of gentle breezes where the peaceful waters flow. Yeah, spread your tiny wings and fly with me, and take the snow back with you where it came from all that day. Oh, what I love forever is true, and if I could, you know, I would fly away with you. Yeah, if I could, you know, I would fly away with you. This song I wrote, it's a Christmas song. All the people have come down.
They get on the stage by the time he gets on.
Not a room could there be found.
Oh, you need to get on the stage as he's getting on. You know. Yep.
To the stable they must go, with a child she seemed to hold. Soon to bear the king of men in this town called Bethlehem. Mary, we know you carry. Yes, this is the Savior. Jehovah has come. Mary, you're carrying Jesus. He's soon to be with us in this chosen one. From her journey she was warned this child will soon be born. He would be here by the morn. Hallelujah, praise his name. See the star so bright above, it's a sign of God's own love. Man would never be the same. Hallelujah, praise his name. Oh, Mary, oh, we know who you carry. Yes, this is the Savior. Jehovah has come. Mary,
We need all the
you carry Jesus. He's soon to be with us, this chosen one. Mary, we know you carry. Yes, this is the Savior. Jehovah has come. And Mary, you carry Jesus. He's soon to be with us, this blessed one. Mary, we know you carry. Yes, this is the Savior. Jehovah has come. Oh, Mary, you carry Jesus. He's soon to be with us, this chosen one.
All musicians back on stage. Larry's going to lead us in Amazing Grace.
Oh, my wrist rotates?
Parker, I like to use one of the shots of the grand finale here is usually the thumbnail. So I get some good shots when they're all on stage.
I think you looked up the library playing Amazing Grace, yeah. Made people cry.
You thought of a month?
Maybe March.
I think that's the first day we have, first month we have an open.
March or April, either one of them.
Okay.
I'll take the first verse as a solo with a little accompaniment from Roger, and then everybody join in. This is for our friend Arlis Dean that we lost last month. He and she.
Putting you down for March 19th.
after we've been there 10,000 years, like shining as the sun, we go last night to see God's praise, and we first begun. Amazing grace, how sweet the sound that sings on the wings like
February, right?
February, yes, sir. We'll be ready.
Did another great job tonight. What a crew.
Thank you.
But, you know, as most of you know, or many of you at least, I've been quite ill over this past 2018. I saw ancestors and all that kind of thing come to my bedside. And on the way out one day, the little group, they were like Quakers, you know, couldn't see your face, but this little couple came up to me and they said, "Roger, it's going to be okay." They gave me a lot of feeling of peace, because I knew I was a goner. And all I had right then was that little woman back there and the good Lord himself, and your guys' prayers and thoughts meant so very much. Thank you.